and welcome to the weekend edition. I'm Dr. Kingori. Now, the subject of our show tonight is the national election debates, otherwise known as Miguna's Got Talent.
Skills either.
That is actually false.
You have unsuccessfully run for political office.
First of all, it is untrue that I've unsuccessfully run for political office.
Your question is grounded on a falsehood.
These three gentlemen, they have no philosophy, they have no ideology, they have no manifesto, they are thieves, they cannot run anything.
Several debates have been held in the run-up to this year's general election, and there's no doubt that Miguna Miguna stands out in all of them. If he's not participating, he's on the panel as an analyst. In fact, during the Nairobi governor's debate, he was everything. He was a debater. He also doubled up as a moderator.
I did management of accounting, so I've got...
That's not the question.
Mr. Miguna, please, let ask the questions.
And that's not all. He also came through as a sign language interpreter during one of those debates. Look at Miguna's hands and those of the sign language interpreter.
A law firm is a business. So it's a company. There are employees, there are overheads, you have to generate revenue.
Now, the biggest question about the debates is whether they have any impact on the viewer's choice of a leader, or they are just a platform to expose leaders struggling with the English language. And that's a serious issue, by the way. Ile kizungu inatumiwa kwa debates sio kidogo. And Mike Sonko was a victim of this.
I did strategy management. I learned from the university. Bila kupoteza wakati.
Unaingia kwa Kiswahili, hibernation. Kuna kizungu na kizungu mukuti. Yes, but I did not see anything wrong with Sonko's English. In fact, tangu ache kuhang out na Waitito na Bishop, kizungu yake imeimprove sana. Many people did not notice any hitches with Sonko's English until Shebesh set him up.
Leadership, sio kizungu mingi. You can be a doctor and still mismanage Nairobi. Sonko, kizungu saa zingine inamchenga lakini ground anaielewa.
This is why you should choose your friends very carefully. Ukihang out na wenye wajui kizungu, kizungu yako inaumia. Ukihang out na wenye wanajua kizungu, wanakuanika for the same. Why are people like that? Ati kizungu ndio inamchenga kidogo. Do you know what it means kuchengwa na kizungu? Haya, kizungu na mpira, kizungu na mpira, kizungu na mpiga Sonko kanzu na mpatia technocrat. Sonko na technocrat. Ananga technocrat, bureaucracy. Bureaucracy, technocrat. Technocrat, dakika ya pili pale. Kizungu 7, Sonko nunge. Sonko ametoka uwanjani anamwachia kizungu mpira. Surely, I do not even think language is a measure of leadership. In the words of Giuliani, ngumu kwangu kizungu fluent, lakini huwezi command umati na influence. Sonko would probably thrive in another way other leaders would probably dream of. Plus, maybe that's not his style. For Miguna, he has great diction. So kizungu hapa na hapa huwezi mshika. Plus, on top of that, he has a technique called ambush and deconstruct your opponent. Did you see what he did to Itumbi in absentia?
Who is Itumbi? Do these people understand statecraft? This is the director of messaging and internet, Twitter and Facebook.
For those who don't know, Itumbi ni mayai. If you asked Waitito that same question, I'm sure atakwambia Itumbi is the process of creating a hashtag using government Wi-Fi. And this is not the first time we are doing political debates in this country. And while doing research for this episode, I had to go through the last presidential debate. Yani Paul Muite was a presidential candidate. And the description, the sign language description, our impression of Paul Muite was like this. Yes, that's because people accused him of being in possession of a big set of eyes. Which begs the question, how did he not see himself losing that election? But come to think of it, if that's the case, then you do realize that in the last election, Paul Muite was the only presidential candidate with a vision. Na Wakenya hawakumchagua bado. Hiyo si kuonewa. But that's not surprising. Kenyans don't elect leaders with a vision. And for Paul Muite, the vision is so effortless. I watched the Nairobi governor's debate. You'll be shocked at how hard Peter Kenneth tried to achieve the vision of Paul Muite.
The current plan, where the development is going to cost nearly 8 million a flat, actually chases the dwellers away from their own estate.
That's a twisted version ya kuachia mtu za macho. See, in the last general election, all the 500 presidential candidates showed up. Well, not 500, but walikuwa wengi. And if you missed it, here's Mutai Ngunyi's analysis of the event.
I think the debate was good because it was not bad.
Surely. Seriously. This is a PhD analyst. The debate was good because it was not bad. Just think about that in an ordinary context and see if it makes sense. Wepukulu, mbona wewe ni mchafu? Si kwa sababu mwishi msafi. Surely. So this year's presidential debate and deputy president's debate was more like a one-man show. There are candidates that refused to show up and blamed the rules blamed it on the rules of engagement rather. That was candidates with 5% support and below to debate at 5 p.m. See, 5 matching. And then the bigwigs were to debate during prime time. Basically ni kama shule kupangwa na index number, machopi wakae pamoja alafu madanda wakae peke yao. Ndio hata madanda wakuwe na chopi wao. And only one person showed up for the 5 p.m. running mates debates. The 8 p.m. one, none of the debaters showed up. Even your committees za harusi zinakuanga. You and your wife sent invites to 2,000 people, alafu Muthiora peke yake ndiye anatokea. Anapeana 10 yake alafu anajitoa. That's a typical job interview. The way Muthiora left that podium is the same way you leave after a job interview where they promise to call you and they don't even have your number. Thank you very much, we've seen you, we'll call you. Can I give you my number? No, we'll look for it. That's how Kenyans are, by the way. They smile at you the whole time. Lakini hiyo job unatafuta hawatakupea. For real. But you've got to give it to that gentleman. He outdid himself. Kalonzo and the deputy president did not show up for the debate slotted for later that evening. Kalonzo never gave a reason for missing out. The deputy president said that he learned about the debate as rumors. So he asked Kenyans on Twitter if it was true. That's weird. That's like a groom looking for information about his wedding on social media. Majamaa nasikia harusi yangu ni saa tu. Ni ukweli? Ni ukweli ama I'm just hallucinating? Now, the following week, we had the presidential debate, and only the opposition leader Raila Odinga showed up in the primetime debate, that is. Word on the street, and to be specific, ule chokora wa Churchill show alisema ati the president was at home waiting to see if Uhuru will show up for the debate. Some people claim that those who did not show up for the debates were afraid because they were not prepared. If that's the case, that's very understandable. Very understandable. See, our education system did not prepare us for such debates. Kwanza, the motion we had in school debates was the most divisive and with no possible solution. We had motions like, it is better to be poor than to be rich. Alafu you are on the proposing side. Where do you get points to defend poverty? Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for giving me this opportunity to support the motion that it is better to be poor than to be rich. On to my first point. You see, when you're rich, you will eat sugary foods, you can afford chips, you can eat pizza, which could expose you to serious diseases. As a poor man, look at how healthy I am. Mr. Speaker, hii ni terere na avocado. Very messed up debate motions. Being a girl is better than being a boy. And it's a boys' school. What happens when you win the motion? See, our school system only prepared us on how to debate with ourselves. And it came in the form of a CRE question. George was walking home from school when he came across 50 shillings note lying on the ground. As a good Christian, what should George do? A, kneel down and pray so that the money can find its rightful owner. B, take the money to the nearest police station and report it as a lost bribe. C, mind his own business. And D, adopt the innocent money and give it a new home. As a good Christian, you debate with yourself. See, the national debates are all about accountability. They are different from the school debates. I've said this before, and I will repeat it. Leaders do not owe us any favor by their promises. So the debate should be like a proposal platform on how you are going to use our money, so that we Kenyans can decide which plan works best for us. It is our money. We pay the taxes. Yes, and this should be the mentality of every single Kenyan. Our guest on the show tonight is Nairobi Governor candidate Miguna Miguna to help us make sense of this subject. We'll be right back after this short break. Welcome back to the weekend edition. I'm Dr. Kingori. The subject of our show tonight is debates, and our guest on the show is the chief debater himself, Mr. Miguna. Karibu kwa show.
You've given me a new designation.
Yes,
Thank
yes,
you.
yes. At
Thank
least you have accepted that one.
Yes, of course.
You want to
Deconstruct.
yes. You want to deconstruct it before we start?
I will deconstruct the cartels.
Okay, so we can start. We'll conduct it debate style. Moving forward, you really wished you could have the Modiora moment for yourself, a whole hour to explain issues.
No, I'm actually best when I have opponents.
Really?
Yes.
You're not a one man.
And it's always good when they're able opponents. Unfortunately, I have disabled opponents.
Disability in this case, I believe.
Intellectually disabled. Bring the debate. For me, even if Sonko was the moderator of the debate, and Kidero Evans is the one who organized it, and Peter Kenneth set the questions, I will still attend it and deconstruct them.
You really enjoyed yourself in the Nairobi
Very
governor's
much.
debate.
I wish they can have it every week.
But how, where do you get such information on everyone?
Because I do research.
The president did not show up for the debate.
Yes.
They had their reasons. They've given their reasons.
Yes.
What do you make of that specifically? Does it work for them, or do you feel like their reaction means they are regretting not showing up for the debate?
I actually don't know their reasons. It keeps shifting.
Yes.
At first they said they were not invited, but I've seen the letter inviting them.
Yes.
Then they said they didn't know the moderators, but I saw two moderators,
Okay.
and they know both of them, and I've seen them interview him.
Okay.
Then they said, well, we don't want to debate with everybody, the 8 candidates.
Yes.
But then he was only supposed to debate Raila Odinga.
Yes.
So that was already taken care of. Dida even went to court.
Yes.
The High Court said,
Come
well,
with 6% support.
the other guys can debate together, the so-called lower rank, and he will debate the Honorable Raila Odinga.
Okay.
So then he said they had to show him the questions. That is cheating.
Do you think it was fair for them to have people with 5%, 5% support and below, not debating at the prime time?
No,
During
first
the
of
prime
all, I don't, the opinion polls in Kenya are not conducted scientifically. And therefore it is wrong to claim that any of those people have lower than 5%. I think that was arbitrary.
Yes.
They said the only reason I accept is that it would have been unwieldy. There were too many.
Yes.
So they needed to truncate the debates into 2 sets, which is okay. I didn't see any problem with that.
Do you think the debate can influence the decision of someone who's already made up their mind that they are going to vote for candidate A, B, or C?
Oh, yes, it does. And by the way, you see, I'm on the ground every day. And there are a lot of people who come to me and say, you beat them in the debate, because we had 2 debates. And they're voting for me on that basis, that they watched and they judged and they said, you are fit. They are not fit. You get votes out of that. And I gave them the example of Lincoln,
Yes.
or Abraham Lincoln, in 1853. He won that debate. He had lost 3 or 4 elections, and he won the presidency. And I gave them the example of 1960 of JFK Kennedy,
Yes.
debating with his opponent. He won that debate and he won the election. I gave them 1992 of Clinton, who defeated. So you can go on and on. Yes.
Your style of politics is different. Other people are handing out money in campaigns. You are handing out flyers.
I'm handing out a
Mheshimiwa,
manifesto.
wapi lunch? Shika manifesto.
Yes, Sika manifesto.
How do you think that's going down? How long do you think it will take for Kenyans to adapt that style of leadership, of appreciating someone who offers you a platform to get a job rather than someone who gives you food for that day?
Amazingly, Kenyans are embracing it. You see, I'm the only politician in Kenya who can go to the slums and not be beaten up because you don't have money. They accept. And my opponents did a good job. They told everybody Miguna is poor, Miguna is poor. So they don't expect money from Miguna. You've already told us. You already told us he's poor.
So that's how they receive you.
Yes.
Miguna anakam leo tunakula maflyer.
No. No.
Yes.
By the way, remember Mao Zedong? You may not remember. there was a man called Mao Zedong who brought the Chinese Revolution, who now led to the democratization and modernization of China.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
He had a saying, it is better, he said a man, but you can say a woman and a man. It is better to teach a man how to fish than to give a man fish to eat.
Wapi
And you
makofi
don't
ya
have
Mao Zedong. Mao Zedong. Mao Zedong.
Mao
was a man.
Zedong. Some
Mao
people call him
Zedong.
Mao Zedong.
Oh,
You've heard
Chairman
that?
Mao. Chairman Mao.
Chairman Mao.
Oh, okay.
His
I know
real
him.
name is Mao Zedong.
It's pushing out. I've done my
pushing.
research. Your target audience. I believe most of the pictures you're only posing with the ladies. Like, honor.
I post with a lot of ladies because the ladies want to take pictures with me. I'm popular with them. They do, and I love them. No, it is nice to post with the ladies.
Do you send the men away from? The men are the ones
No,
who take
no,
the
no.
pictures.
The men are taking pictures also. And the men are also taking pictures with me. But you have to understand that if I take 300 pictures, I choose what to post. So those are just the ones I've
Sasa hapo
posted.
ndio wanaume wanaumia.
They should really suffer a little bit. Eh?
Who knew?
The men are not asking.
Who knew? Miguna was actually a ladies' man. What type of music do you listen to?
I actually love music, all music. Have you heard Mutabaruka?
Just we know the song. Kenyans, we know the song by the
He's
chorus.
a Jamaican.
We know a song by the chorus.
No, he's a Jamaican performer.
Another one. Mutabaruka is.
I listen to Simaru Masia. He used to play with Franco.
Are these people alive, Miguna?
Simaru Masia is alive. Mutabaruka is alive. Simaru Masia is alive.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Another genre.
Another genre.
Yes.
It's not genre.
Where's my flyer for that? For any.
Okay. So let me genre.
Genre.
Yes.
Genre. Okay.
Actually, I listen to a lot of music, to tell you the truth.
Yes.
I listen to Susan Owiyo. I listen even to gospel music. I listen to all music.
You listen to gospel music.
I
and
do.
You haven't heard Tigawana.
No.
Tigawana is a praise and worship song. No, it's Tigawana way. Tigawana. Aye. So, and we've watched your journey in politics, and I've noticed you sort of have rebranded. You dress different. You used to wear this. What happened to this bed sheets?
No, I have. By the way, you disrespect culture. That is called an agbada. It is a Nigerian dress, very respected in Nigeria. If you are a leader, you dress like that in Nigeria.
I knew the name Agbada. I knew of the name Agbada. But sometimes you confuse them for bed sheet because of the bed. Agbed.
And by the way, I never used to dress that every day.
Yes.
But when I was at the university,
Yes.
I dressed that almost every day.
As a youth, you were dressing.
I was dressed like that.
So you have never been a youth.
And I
Miguna.
commanded. And I commanded total respect and support of my peers.
Who is Itumbi? What brought that up?
Well, the presidency has a spokesperson.
Yes.
The president has a chief of staff and the head of public service.
Yes.
They have people that can speak for the presidency.
Yes.
Then this man of Twitter and Facebook comes and releases a statement. So I said, these people do not understand what statecraft is. You understand?
Yes.
Yes.
All the best in the race for governorship. And in this camera here, speak to Kenyans. Speak to your people.
The majestic people of Kenya, patriots. This election must be based and determined by two issues. One, the integrity of the leadership. The leader that you vote for should not be a leader that has engaged in any acts of criminality, have been involved in corruption, or is a merchant of impunity. Vote for integrity, vote for vision. Vote with your head, don't vote with your stomach.
Piga kura na kichwa, usipige kura na tumbo.
Correct. Kabisa.
Wapi makofi ya Miguna? Thank you very much for coming on our show.
Thank you very
You've
much
been
for
a
giving
great
me
guest.
another time.
You have been a great guest.
Thank you very
and
much.
And the first guest to come on the show twice.
Twice.
Yes.
I give you the ratings too.
Who watches our show?
A lot of people. I do.
Really?
And everybody else
every
I
week?
know does.
Every week?
Yes.
Next time you come, you'll sing for us.
Yes.
Go learn one of
And
the
you are
songs.
respected, by the way. You're doing well.
Thank you.
Yes.
Asante sana. Now, that's it for the weekend edition. See you next week. My name is Dr. Kingori.